For this lesson, go into Dreamweaver, of course, and expand the Files panel by clicking right over here. The Files panel doesn't help us, in a sense, design the site. We know it helps us manage the site. So let's see what we can do here. Number one, I've been working on this site. I want to change to a different site. I do not have to go up to the word site and change from there. I can click right here. Not only can I choose a different site, but I can search anywhere, including the internet, to find another site. I'm going to come down here and pick up my site, a real functioning site. I'm now working on my site. Now let's look at our buttons that run across the top. We know what this one does. If we have it set up correctly, and we do on this one, I get the remote server. Left is what everybody sees in the world. The right is what I see. The next button over is called refresh. Now what does that do? Well, I'm working on a couple of pages. I've done some things locally, and now I want to take those things and put them on the remote server, but I don't want to take everything over, just the things I've changed. That's what that button will do for you. Refresh. Understand that Dreamweaver will, in the background, occasionally do a refresh for you, but this allows you to do it anytime you want to. The next button over, FTP, that's a log. It tells me everything I have done to this site. This button right here is the remote server. The next two are for what's called a testing server and what are also called repository files. Now, repository files and testing servers are a little bit beyond basic class, but if you click those, that's what you would get. These two buttons are for either getting files from the remote or putting them there. So if I decide I want to bring that one and take it over to the remote, I would click this button right here. If I want to take something from here, maybe I lost it for some reason, and I want to bring it back, I can click this button right here, get or put. The file structure on the remote server will be maintained. So say, for example, I decide I want to bring this folder over, or maybe just one document inside of that folder. If I want to bring that file over, but I don't have a docs folder on my local system, it will create it. It maintains the file structure. These two buttons are for checking in and out. That's something we haven't got to yet, but we're going to talk about it. Think of it this way. You are working with several people. Both of you open up Index2 and begin working on it. Both of you have made changes. Both of you save. Guess what? The last person that saves wins. But if you enable checking in and out, which we will, we'll talk about that, that's not going to happen. Now, you also have a button over here for synchronization. Now, that's the whole ball of wax in a sense. Synchronize the whole site from local to remote. Now, we know what this button does right here. It allows us to collapse or expand. And this area right here will allow us to search for something, assuming we have a really complicated site, we can't find what we're looking for. Now, we also have down here a log, and if we click that button, it will show us any site activity. Now, we can come up here and click Save Log, but there's actually nothing to save. Dreamweaver thinks, since I loaded this site, that I haven't done anything to it. It's brand new, so there is no log, but understand the activity log will give you any information on activity to the FTP. As I said at the beginning of this lesson, the Files panel doesn't help us design the site, but it sure does a fantastic job of managing the site.